Zen, Nooresh Merani and Kunal Bothra joining in. And Kunal, given the fact that we have been in this range for the past many days, what's your outlook for today's trading session? Yesterday, we did manage to hold out about above 18,550 as you predicted.
Yeah, so I think it's two different set of markets which are going on. On the index front, there's absolutely nothing which is happening. The indices are in a very tight kind of a range, but that would probably be termed as good for the index because when we are migrating to a higher point or a higher band for the index, you would want that periodic consolidations could probably happen for the index to digest those those shifts or those migrations. On the other hand, there's a lot more vibrant market across the mid cap and the small cap arena because you've seen so many stocks. So I think the number of stocks yesterday which were up 10% plus in the NSE 500 was also an indication that the mid cap end of the market is a lot more stronger as compared to the large cap names. And we've seen many of the large cap names still struggling into finding their ranges for themselves. Large cap names like HDFC Bank, Reliance, they are still quite some distance away from their long-term highs. So I would believe that we could probably get into that continuation phase where the large cap names, the Nifty would probably go into very slow, steady and a gradual uptrend. But the mid cap end of the market is where one could probably focus into, especially on the momentum stocks and sectors. So the view remains bullish on the index, and possibly if we dip by say another 50 to 100 points on the Nifty say in the next couple of days, that should be taken as a good buying opportunity.
Nooresh, hi, morning. Do you also see some resistance after the near about 200-point consolidation, or rather range that we've been in the last 6 days?
So essentially, the Nifty has been a slow and steady uptrend, given the fact that 40% of the index weights are not really in that momentum phase. So say on the Nifty at 18,600, the Nifty is 2.5% away from an all-time high. Out of the 8 top constituents, 6 are still far away, not in that range. So what do we get is, if we do not get leadership in these names, you have a slow and steady uptick coming from the rest of the 60%. So overall, unless we start seeing Reliance or HDFC Twins take even a bounce back from here, we would be going slowly towards 18,800, 18,900. So overall, the view is you want to be buying now closer to 18,400 to 500 zone. And looking at 18,800, 18,900, this is the band which I would be playing with in the index. But at the same time, the broader markets have continued to show resilience. They've continued to go up on a day-on-day basis, getting a little overbought, but the momentum is still strong on the broader markets. So time to be more stock specific rather than index.
Let's be stock specific.